こんばんは、べるたんです。今日もね、FF16 やっていきたいと思います。はい。で、前回、何やったんだっけバハムートとね、戦って、まあ、ジョシュアと合体して、で、とりあえず、隠れ家に帰ってきたところだね。で、こっからまたいろいろとね、やっていこうというお話でした。はい。で、アビリティなんだけど、前狙ってたトロフィーが取れたので、また、ちょっと取ったりしてね、新しいやつをやっていきたいと思うんですが、バハムートのやつね、まだいろいろとやらなくちゃいけないことが多くて、ちょっと待ってね。これじゃない。バハムートのやつを、まずもう一つやらなくちゃいけないやつがあるので、それをやっていきたい。っていうのと、あと、芝のやつだね。芝のやつもやらなくちゃいけないんで、これはどうすればいいのか、いまいちよく分かってないんだけど、まあ、やりながらね、探していきたいなと思ってます。はい。で、あともう一つ、今1000溜まってるんだけど、アビリティポイントが。この5000のやつ。これね。これを取りたいので、ちょっと貯めていこうかなと思ってます。これ、いずれね、5000も取れるんだけど、他のやつをこまごま取っていくっていうのでもいいかもしれないんだけど、一応ね、今のところ、そんなに欲しいものもないので、一応この5000をね、一旦目標にして、やっていこうかなと。だいたい欲しいやつは取れたというか、あとはもういつも使ってる、なんだろうな、例えば、これ、これね、どうなんだろうな、今回使うかどうか、オーディンを。縛りになるのかな。オーディン強いんだけど、ほら、5個の星があるからね。攻撃力あるから強いんだけど、手間がかかるし、逆に、使ってもいいけど、今回ね、だんだん強くなっていって、どれを使おうかなっていうのすごい悩んでる。これもなかなか使えるし、これもまあまあ使えるんだよね。でこれもめっちゃ使える。これもまあまあ使えるし、これはもう一緒そうだな。だから、まあそんなに使わなくてもいいやつってこれとかあんま使ってないやつを使いたいからね。これも使えるんだよな。でもいいけど、1000ぐらいに全体的にしておく？それでもいい。ちょっとまだ悩んでるんで残してあります。はい。で、しばらくこれでいこうかなと思うので、それでやっておこうかな。はい。これさ、本当に何なの可愛いんだけどね。遠くにいる敵を、とりあえず攻撃したいっていう時はすごく便利。投げれば、もう絶対こいつが100%、放って攻撃してくれるんでね、すごく便利です。ジル
It will take time to come to terms with everything that happened in the Dominion. But time is the one thing we always seem to lack.
OK。いやー、もうここからよ。この憂鬱とした空と共に生きていかなくちゃいけない。全クリするまで。全クリするまでっていうか、ずっと。全クリコはできないからね。白の、ゴブレットをもらいました。これは、もっと大きなベッドでもいいずっと言ってる。なんかね、前、この間、他の動画で見て、全く全然違う動画なんだけど、見てたら、このベッドとか西洋とかのベッド、空母のところにもあったと思うんだけど、このベッドの今、暗い部のところは枕元に置いてあるんだけどさ、足元にね、こういうなんか箱みたいのが置いてあるじゃない？これってシーツとかが入れられるやつらしいんだよね。そういうのがベッドのここに大抵西洋のベッドのね、この下のところに置いてあるらしく、そこにシーツとか枕とかそういうのが入れるらしい。ストックの場所らしい。で暗いものがなぜか枕元にあるんだけどね、大抵はこの足元にあるらしいですね。 だからこれにもそのシーツとかが入っているのではないかなと。だからここに枕がジルと一緒に寝るときはこの枕の上のところにある箱にきっと枕が入ってるんじゃないかというそういう推理です。そこに入ってるらしいよ、ガチで。知らなかった。これからも、借金の返済なんて面倒なこと手伝わせて悪かった。それにしても、シドの手紙が出てくるとは、つい感傷的になってしまったよ。かつて俺がついていくと決めたシドはもういない。だが、その理想と志を継ぎ、新しい隠れ家を率いるお前がいる。これからも俺は残りの人生全部かけてお前を支えていく。おっと、本当にいいやつ。これは読んだよね。で、赤の正体から暗いで。自治療棟にはもう着いたかしら。もうとんでもないことになっちゃった。ごめんね。困ったことがあったらいつでも連絡してきてね。特別価格でお答えするわ。1割引きでしょ。バリスズヤ、こんばんは、こんばんは。いらっしゃいませ。今日もね、頑張って元気にやっていきましょう。もうとんでもないことになってますけどね、世界が。石の剣より報告。各地の状況を調査しているが、この不気味な空は、風の大陸全土を覆い、人々は、怯え不安が広がっている。自治領の崩壊の話も広がりつつあるし、エーデルダマリやアカシアも増えている。引き続き現状把握の調査を進めておく。オーガスト、ありがとう。自治領が大変なことになったようだ。お前は大丈夫かよ、部長祈る。ごめん。クライブがやったわけじゃないけどさ関係者だからね、すまなかったと思っている。クライブは悪くないんだよ。でも
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
誰が？
Aye, all their fancy silk stained red.
ジョシュアたちか。心配だね、ジョシュアたち。ラックソン。
Trouble with your gear, or so will it be?
まあ、ないんだよね。はい。
Anything else?
この人何も言ってくれないね。あれ？
Lady Karen told me that you've begun dealings with the Crimson Caravans. A word of warning. Tighten your purse strings when in Bocklad. They're a few shrewder than Eloise in matters of business.
まあそうで、クライブたちゼタフレアを防いだだけですごいし、そうだよね、あれでもう消し済みにみんななってしまうかもしれなかったから。そうそう、十分よ。
Round and round the city clock, the wyvern chased the eagle. The birdie stopped to catch his breath. Down came the eagle.
この子たまに歌うね、英語版だと。日本語版じゃ歌わなかったもんね。タカをお友達にしました。すごいね。みんなの声を聞いていきたいけれども。カローン、グッズ？
Thanks for not leaving me in the Dominion. If you hadn't come back, I might still be stuck there. I told Nan we flew back on the Phoenix, but she walloped me for telling fibs. Can you tell her it was the truth, Clive?
いや、でもこの時代に空を飛べたってさ、すごいことだよ、グッズ。末代まで語れるよ、それ。あれが放ってたら地形変わってて、本当だよね。またさ、なんとかのさ、大爆破みたいなのがまたできちゃうところだったよね。
Still alive, are you? Go on then.
じゃあ、カローン、いつもお世話になってるから買っておこうかね。
It'd better all be here.
クライブのために絶対これはね、揃えてくれたんだろうから、クライブしか買わないから2万も。2万ギルなんて払ってこんなもん買うの。しょうがないね。少しは儲けさせ、少しは儲けさせないと、カロンをね。ここまでやってくれてんだから。とりあえず飲もうか。
You look like you could do with a drink. Honestly, Sid, you're too nice for your own good.
とりあえずね。
Do you hear that, ladies and gents? The next round's courtesy of the realm's most benevolent outlaw.
そうそう。こういう時こそ飲まないと。ちょっと明るくいこう、明るく。なんか、厨房の奥のさ、子がさ、膝抱えてるんだけど。ほら。
Don't be a stranger, Sid.
どうしたんだろう。何かあったのかな。
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
Can you blame them with the skies as they are?
ほらね、あの子に話しかけられないから。ね、そもそも一般じゃ1万ギル稼ぐのが大変な世界、そうなんだよね。やっぱクライブなかなか1万ギルでみんなにおごってやるぜってなかなかないよ。話に行くか。ちょっとみんなに話しかけたい気もするけれども。よいしょ。
Will we ever see the sun again?
クラーラちゃん、ハリコの、ハリコのね。トルガルはここのクラーラちゃんと一緒にいてあげてんの？
Mother, save us.
Might be hard now there's only one.
Then we're all doomed.
ほんと、あれよ、15の空よりマシだけどさ、まああれ空じゃなくてもすでに暗いからね。
There's barely been a shipment in since the skies started boiling. A few more days without a visit and we'll have to start eating the blankets.
なんかさ、ブランケットはさ、ここに置かない方がいいと思うんだよね。もう今更なんだけどさ、まあこの2運びがね、こうやりやすいっていうのは多分一旦ここに置いてるんだと思うんだけど、だったらもっとちゃんとしたこういうんじゃなくてさ、雨降るかもしれないじゃん。だったらここにちょっと小屋建てた方がいい。手が回んないのかな。でも
Tell me you saw that.
だったらまあでもそうね。ここのなくなってるもう持ってったんだね。クラブたちが戦ってる間にちょっと寂しいね。どうみんな。
There's talk of these skies driving men mad. Most of the hideaways on edge.
Well, it's our job to calm things down. So don't you go spreading ill rumors.
うずくまってる子初めて気づいた。座敷わらじかな。まさかあの子別にあれよ、味見とかしてくれてた子だよ確か。鍋のシチューをずっと味見してた。
Them skies then.
Ill omen is what? We should call back the scouts, all of them.
だから前もいた。
Are we even safe here?
心配だよねみんなね。ここはでオットーに話しかけると次行っちゃうから。ビビアン
What will it be today? Godspeed.
よいしょ。ここは乗車たちは多分すぐまた来るけどね。
I can hardly lift my arms. The curse, it's...
You just need some rest. I'll stay here with you. If you'd like, that is.
ストレスが強いショックをみんな受けてしまって、なんで裸なんだろう。
The injuries suffered by both your brother and the prince were bad enough. But that wound above Joshua's heart is unlike anything I've ever seen. Were he not a dominant, I fear he would have succumbed to it long ago.
そっか。大変なことになってる。二人ともこう見ると兄弟みたいだよね。この世界だと紫色の空、現実でもなかなか見れないから不安やろうね。そうだね。またもっと自然との距離がかなり近いからさ、ちょっとね、昔の人も多分リアルの世界でもこんな空になったら何っていう感じになるだろうね。悪いことが起きる吉凶じゃない、吉凶はいいな。そう、不吉なことの前触れじゃないかってね。下の人たちとも話したいんじゃ。はい、よいしょ。広いんだよな。クライブ頑張りすぎちゃったから。この隠れ家ってどのくらいの人たちを賄う予定だったんだろうね。本当にやりすぎよ。自分の王城はさ、住処だったからさ、もともとね。だからこんなもんかなっていうのが城レベルなんだろうね。このくらい必要でしょ、人が暮らすならっていう。
You expect me to work with the skies like this?
It could be raining garbs and goblins for all I care. You get back to that log or I'll have your hide. I'd say we were in for a storm. But the lake seems to think otherwise.
確かにね、どういう風がね荒れるかもしれないし、確かに心配かもね。
I'll see these letters to the mainland as soon as Obelus deems it safe to sail. As for what awaits me there, we'll just have to see, won't we?
思わず近年で紫色の空ってあったのかと調べてしまった。日本やとあと約2年前にあった。あ、そうなんだ。でも2年前ってコロナ禍だったから多分みんなあんまり外出てないかもしれない。一応コロナ禍の中だよね、確かね。だいたい収まってきてたとはいえ。まあでも収まってたかな、だいたい2年前だったら。私も2年前は転職をしてまた働きに行って出てたからね。もう大体話したかな。あとはまあ植物園の人ぐらいだからまあいいや。あと上の方も話してないけどまあいいや。おっと
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fact storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
I see that every report that comes my way makes it into the hands of both Lady Vivian and the Lawsmen. If anyone could tell you what might be barreling down the mountain towards us, it would be that pair.
分かった。じゃあビビアンに話そうかな。うん。こっちも後でね、行けばいいと思う。ビビアン、もう大変なことになっちゃったね。
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
そうね、ビビアンの家族、絶対犠牲になってる気がする。
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better.
Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
ね、彼女もまた強いよね、本当に。ビビアンのさ、この服装からしてさ、貴族なんだよね、絶対。で、まあ、学者なんかやってるから、しかもさ、相当際どい学者だからさ、それを黙ってできる女性の身でね、絶対貴族なんだけど、でも、貴族だったら、あそこのさ、オリフレムじゃない。自由都市、カンベルか。で、まあ、かなり中心街に住んでたと思うんだよね。思えばビビアンは研究に没頭しているけれど、人との関わりは特に興味ないのかしら。いやーでも家族はさ、別に愛着とかはないかもしれないけど、死んだらやっぱりショックだと思うよ。別に嫌いなわけじゃないんだろうから。ねえ、世界の終わり、エンド・オブ・デイズって訳するんやね。ああ、なるほど。不吉な役よね。よし、はるちゃんのとこにも行ってみよう。そうだよね。例えばさ、私たちも外国にね、こう、まあ行って生活基盤はそこにあったとしてもよ。やっぱり、日本がじゃあ、東京がぶつだぼろになりましたって言われたら、はってなるよね。いくら別に自分の故郷にさ、愛着なかったと言ってもね、マジっすかっていう気になる。しかもそこに家族がいればね。
Is a storm coming soon? Will there be thunder?
子供たちが不安がっている。そりゃそうよ。
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far
こ
more
いつチョコボに
resilient
しか
to the
興味ないの
effects
か。
of ether than most other beasts?
ず
Some
っと
say
チョ
that's
コボ
one
の
of the
研究して
reasons they
る。
were tamed for use as mounts and sumpters, so that an ether flood wouldn't mean instant death for their riders or drivers. Me, I reckon they built it up over generations. Too many foolish traders driving their birds into floods, and only the toughest surviving.
これ全部多分チョコボの方なんでしょ。ずっとチョコボのことしか言わないもんね。はい。
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it.
ありがとう。モースの
Perhaps
出
Otto will
力。
be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
ジョシュアが持ってるけどね。その本ね、確か。ハルさん、新しいことを発見できてちょっと嬉しそうやった。学者さんだね。根っからの。新しいことが発見できたらどんなことでも嬉しい。ね、家族でなくても友達や知り合いとかも気になるね。ほんと、みんなどうしたんだろう、もう会えないのかなって思っちゃう。
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite. Can you blame them with disguise as they are?
クロニクル、単語名は覚えてるんやけど意味は忘れちゃった。私もよく覚えてない。クロニクル、FF クロニクルしか覚えてない。響きしか覚えてない。じゃあ、ここで、もう一回オットーに。いやー、本当に、この憂鬱とした空ね。なんか、空の文明のさ、栄えてて、で、崩壊した、バッドエンドになっちゃうけど、そういう、ね、空の文明が栄えてた時の、こう、話もね、やってみたいね。そこではやっぱり、神に挑戦した人たちがいたわけだもんね。かつて。この飛空艇も飛んでたかもしれない。ジル。
Clive, we have a problem.
どうしたの？
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means... there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
ジルは無理しちゃあかんよ。
I'm ready when you are, Clive.
The messages from Martha, Isabel and Lubor weren't long. But what they lacked in detail, they more than made up for in urgency. Our friends need your help.
空の文明が栄えてて崩壊するまでのストーリーもまためっちゃ面白そうやし、そのストーリーの主人公とかできそう。そうそうそう。絶対面白いよね。一生懸命やったけど結局崩壊してしまってっていうね。で、それがいずれクライブたちに繋がっていくみたいな、絶対面白いと思うんだけど。ねえ、ずっと今より栄えてて。で、ここにある、こう、なんかね、いろいろなところにちょいちょい繋がってくるみたいな。絶対面白いと思う。あとは大丈夫か？いいな。よし、じゃあ行こう。サクサクと行こう。で、やっぱりマーサが一番最初だよね。ルボルたちも気になるんだけどさ、マーサ、ルボル、そして、イサベルか。で、行こうかな。やっぱ近いし、ロサリアだからさ、愛着がね、あるよね。ニックスみたいに。そうそうそう、そんな感じ。頑張った名もなき、名もあるのかもしれないけど、歴史の闇に消えてしまった人たちのね。
The Akashic attacked us out of the blue, and there's no telling when they might be back. You best keep that sword handy, Sid.
あと、亡くなりし英雄譚っていうのもかっこいいね。そうそうそう。それもね。そういうのもやってみたい。まだまだ、このさ、16はさ、あれよ。
you. I can fight.
You can get back inside and bolt the door, is what you can do.
あれ、この人はブラッドアックスなのに傭兵なんだよね。ここにもう住まいを構えたってこと？もともとここで傭兵やってたの？すごいね。傭兵があれなの？家業なの？なんか傭兵ってさ、まだ初体を持ってないような人たちがまあやっていくのかなっていうイメージだったけどね。まあ、絶対そうとも言い切れないけど、結構不安定じゃない？傭兵って収入的にね。
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
But all our beds are taken.
これはまずい。ポーションあげないと。大丈夫？こっちの人は息絶えてる。あ、いや、生きてるけど。今作ストーリーの幅を広げようと思えばめっちゃ広げられると思うね。まだポテンシャルめっちゃ持ってるよ、16は。
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said he'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered. What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
よし、みんなのために、ロザリアのために戦いましょう。
If they ain't clawing at the gates, they're climbing up the cliffs near the lift. The lads are doing what they can to keep them out, but unlike the Akashic, they need sleep.
かぶらせないで。英語をかぶらせたら本当にどうしようもない。私がかぶらすんだけど。みんなお話ししてくれるかな？ダメか？ダメなのか？よいしょ。みんな話してくれない。随分と後ろ向きな人たちばかり。ダメダメ、そういうんじゃ。希望は持たないと。
My brothers. Are they? Shh, don't try to talk.
Anything catch your eye?
結構いいもん売ってんだよね。
Pretty well.
もうね、FF7 のオリジナルではたくさんの設定やストーリーを削られたみたいやけど、今作は後付けしても楽しめると思う。そうだね、全然まだまだ広げられるし、FF7 あれでも削ったんだね、やっぱね。やりたいこといっぱいあったんだろうな。まあ、それをさ、プレステの時点でさ、シナリオ作ってさ、出すって本当にすごいよね。どんだけ深かったんだよって。
Sharp as razors, my blades are. But those Akashic bastards just shrug off every blow.
頑張ってくれ。なんでこれこんなことになってんの？まだ直してないの？それか、あ、襲われたのか。
Mad dogs, the lot of them.
で、わしは別の方だ。こっち側だった。堕落の門。もうひどい。この外国人的なネーミングセンスどうなってるんだろうね。本当に日本人には理解できないよ。誰が通りたいと思うんだ、そんなもん。ネーミングするときにさ、いや、それはちょっとふさわしくないですねっていう。
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Them not. Not a chance.
ダメダメか。もっとさ、たとえ凱旋しなくても凱旋門ってつけるようなもんよ。
The barricades we've set up around the town won't hold the Akashic back for long. Might buy us a few moments to say our last farewells, though.
そうね、これもないよりはマシだから。 こっちから見るとさ、ちょっと頼りないように見えるけど、こうやって自分がじゃあ行こうかなって思った時に、これがあるとすごく邪魔だもんね。削った分をリメイクやらスピンオフで保管してるんやろうけど、もうどこまで保管部分なのか付け足しなのかわからない。セブンはとても人気だからね。いろんなとこにゲストしてるしね、主人公たちがね。そうそう、セブンの話ね。
Clive, wounded.
来たね。
We deal with the Akashic first.
頑張ろうね。はい。はい。はい。よしよしよし。あ、いで。何するんだ。はい。あ、これ本当に楽。万能感あるね。設置型。素晴らしいです。はい。もうクライブが強すぎて。あれ。いた。はい。まだいるぞ。はい。はい。はい。ちょっと落ちて。はい。あ、そうか、芝系の技でね。これか。これかどうみんなこれのことかなねえ、芝スナップ。これはい。これどうはい。あ、固まった。あ、これか。こういうことだ。これだ。これ。ジャストガード的なことをすればいいんだ。はい。だから、あれ戦ってくれないと。間違えちゃった。死んじゃった。そう。芝系のスキルでのトロフィーを狙いたいんだけど、さっきのやつを多分やればいいと思うんだよね。知らんけど。
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
大丈夫?
If you've come to rob this place.
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Commander?
Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
今日コマンダーになってるの？へえ。
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they've got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
次から次へと。
The lift can only carry a few at a time. If those Akashic get as far as the cliff, Wade's men will have nowhere to run.
It looked like the Guardians were going as quick as they could, but without any injured. They might make it to the cliff. Or they might not.
They were too fast. Or maybe I was too slow.
Stop that. You're alive. And that's all that matters.
Amber's lost. The whole village flooded, all the way from the mayor's cottage to the stables.
Lazarus has gone the same way. Lucky the place was abandoned. Oh, we'd have blue-blooded blueskins breathing down our necks.
マントみたいなきらめき綺麗。足場のね。名もなき傭兵の方がミドより聞き取りやすいかも。ミドちゃんはちょっと独特な発音がねあるんだね。いいじゃん。じゃあ行ってあげよう。昇降機降りろって言ってたよね。だからこっちだ。よいしょ。
My dogs.
よいしょ。この昇降機はこの時代の世界では結構ありふれてるのかな。だからクライブのところにもあったのか。まあでもロザリアにこれが普通に置いてあるっていうことはロザリアではまあそんな珍しくはないのかな。
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
いやこいつは強いのよ。
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try.
よし、頑張ろう。
Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
よし。はい、やるぞ。さあ。こうかな。いて。もう一回。あ、来たのでは。よし。ダメか。ダメ。はい。今のはダメでしょ。今のは。あれ？この。よし、来た。これで。はい。よいしょ。くる。はい。よし。はい。これは違う。よし、来た。ダメか。違うのか。ちょっとなんか違う気がするな。よし。はい。くる。よし。はい。どうかな。はい。めっちゃ食らってる。はい。硬いんだよね、甲羅がね。このさ、芝のさ、氷漬けとさ、アカシアがすごく判別しにくい。食らってんだか食らってないんだか。何やってんの。あ、いた。これ。あ、痛い。よっしゃー。よし、いけ。みんな、今だ。はい。よし。これ。こういう感じね。いいんじゃない？はい。ダメか？あ、痛い。くそ。何？ちょ。はい、もう一回。あ、やばい、死ぬぞ。はい、あ、痛い。あ、もう。どうよ、これで。ダメなのか？ はいはい。痛い。はいはい。どうこれでどう空がある。どうだこれでいいのか。よし。はいはいはいはい。どうまだ雑魚いたの。まだ雑魚いたんだね。安心してやってたけど。じゃあ雑魚はいらんね。違うはいよっしゃよっしゃはい。そろそろやめようか。よっしゃはいはい全然食らってないんだけど。はいはいはいダメか。はい痛っ。よいしょ。ダメだ。もうちゃんと暗い棒を狙ってほしい。はっダメでした。はい。痛い痛い痛い痛いよ。はいよしこういうこと。はい痛い痛い痛い痛い。どれがある。はい。ベルタン様、こんばんは、いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃいませ。今ちょっと、今、トロフィーを手に入れるために頑張って戦ってるんだけど、全然、すっ、痛い。はい。違うやつでとどめを刺しちゃった。あの亀うちはバス歩きでのコンボやないとって感じだったけど、もっとうまく運営したい。なるほどね。難しいよね、あの亀ね。全部甲羅だからさ。動作が遅い分、パリやジャスト回避もしづらい。そうなんだよね。なかなかね。どうにか倒せましたね。ごめんね、なんか。トロフィーのために遊んでたとは。
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha! Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job?
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
いらっしゃいませ。はい、英語のところはね、喋らないようにするので、楽しんでいってください。あれ、マーサたちもう行っちゃったの？大丈夫？あ、いるじゃん。
Eastpool's seen enough tragedy. A visit from a horde of glassy-eyed ghouls just adds insult to injury.
Please, make for Eastpool. I'll join you as soon as I can.
はい。じゃあこっからね。で、これってもうできたのかな？これでいいのか、そもそも。トロフィーをさ、できてるのかな？パーマフロストで敵を凍結させたを 10体にやればいいんだよね。10体？じゃあ1体何度もやっても意味ないじゃん。まあ、今の感覚でいけばいいね。ジル、彼氏に行けそうかって言われて断らん。そうね。いつでも OK だよって。そりゃ言うよね。今ちょっと無理かもって絶対言わないよね、ジルはね。ダメでも OK って言って無理やりついてくるからな、ジルは。多いんじゃ。こいつら10体いるな。よしよし。これはチャンス。
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
ダメか？はい、どう？ダメだか？ダメなのか？多すぎるよね。痛い。すっ。マジでこんなやつに殺されたくない。すっ。痛いんだよね。ちょっと少なくするか。すっ。ちょっと待って。来た。あったー、これ。多分これよ。今なんで今できた？逆に。なんで今できた？死にそうなんですけど。まずい。これだ。はい、やったー。これでいいんじゃないの？これだよね、パワーフロスト。多分。もう一回。みんな。痛い。こう。なんでできたの？今。これだ。よし、やっぱりジャストガード的な感じだね。多分ね。よし。もういいや。もういいでしょう。好きさん、格さん。はい。よし。はい。よし。どこだ？あともう一匹。痛い。はい。オッケー。まだいるな。はい。はい。チョコボかー。はい。チョコボ強いんだよね。よし。そうよ。こういうことよ。はい。バハムートウィングの的にしやすそうだけど、前回トロフィー確保してるから、そうなんだよね。バハムートウィングはもう終わっちゃったから。はい。もうすんごい便利これ。本当に便利。遠くにいればいい。アンチから攻撃できる。はい。はい。めちゃくちゃや。スケさんかっこ。
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
一緒にやろうね。
Only the first round to wait. Shall we?
Shall we? バトル。一狩り構図的なノリでね。はい。よっしゃ。こいつでもやりたいな。散々いろいろやられてるから。はい。ダメか？また逃げたあいつ。すぐに逃げるんだからな。やったー。はい。見えないんですけど。はい。危ない。ここは危ない。やめろ。ちょっとやめろ。やっていいことと悪いことがあるでしょう。はい。見えないんですけど、狭いんだよな。はい。めちゃくちゃだよ。いなくなっちゃった。はい。よし。はい。どうなってるの？はい。ぐしゃぐしゃ。あんまり使わない技ばっかり入れてるからさ、アビリティのバランスが良くないんだよね。
No, I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
ウェイドの英語版の声、頼りなくて逆に好印象かも。頼りない声が特に好きではないです。ウェイド教らしいってことね。
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
Mm. 日本語版と英語版の声優で本当印象違うのも面白いよね。ね。意外とね、同じ人たちもいるし、あ、かなりこれ違うねっていう。
There's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
もっとね、オスカーをさ、従者としてさ、ちょっと使ってみたかったよね。
We shall be staying here for the time being, and not just for the ale. I'll have one of my men escort Oscar to Benimir once he's said his farewells.
ずっとさ、クライブの資質のさ、もうセコムとかしてたけどね、オスカーは。
I will not let you down, Lord Rossfield. You or my uncle.
FF15 の英語版はメインキャラ以外ぶっちゃけ演技力とかなるほどね。あ、英語版のやつか。なるほどね。で、15の英語版の、じゃあ映画版の声優さんはみんな良かった。演技良かったですよ。なるほど。そうね、確かにまあそうね。まあいろいろね、あるよね。何を見ようと思ったんだっけな。なんか確かめたかったんだけど。いっか。よし。じゃあ次はルボルの方ね。ここの問題も大変よ。はい。もう本当に 世も末。大丈夫？
Fucking thieving bastards! As if life hadn't been hard enough round here since the fang fell.
いきなり放送禁止用を使わないでほしいんだけど。もう普通に言ってくるからな。
Wondering why Dalimil's in such a sorry state. You can blame the bandits. Them and the mercenaries who are guarding the gates. Though I can hardly fault them for running. Fighting would have meant death. Did for more than a few.
なんなら今作の鉛のある英語は本人のまんまかもしれない。なるほど。はい。ルボルも大変なことになってるね。大丈夫？
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
嫁です。
You haven't been introduced.
My wife.
Jill. Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago. Any idea where they went? The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
As if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
My wife やね。ね。
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
そっか。My wife 見たちゃんと。
They're both as stubborn as the lover's pox, and every bit as irritating. The more one insists on their proposed plan of action, the more the other rails against it. Oh, they've successfully split the town asunder just when we should be standing as one.
まあこういう時ってさ、外の人がやんないと無理っていう時あるよね。こういくらルボルでもさ、もう完全に二極化しちゃうとさ、どっちの肩も持てないっていうか。
Lower than beasts they are. Aye, the scum of the twins.
ね、仲裁はできてもさ、それでもう収まらなくなっちゃってたら難しいよね。どっちも否定しづらくみたいな。
Hold on. I'll have my branded heal your hurts.
いや、ベアラーにも限界あるよ。回復って結構ね、できるベアラーいないみたいだからさ。
They've taken everything from me. Everything. I want them dead.
全財産を奪いやがったんだぞ、許せねえって。それお前傭兵を雇ってないからよ。そこケチるから。この時代多分取られた方が悪いんだろうからね、多分。セキュリティをしてなくて、そこに投資してなくて取られたら、そりゃ今の時代でもそっちが悪いよ。まあ、取ったやつが悪いのは確かなんだけど。セキュリティがおろそかにしてた方も悪いと思う。見事に取られたね。ここあれ金物屋さんだっけ？何屋さんだっけ？こっちはまだね、なんか残ってるやつあるけど、ここ結構やられたね。ここね。ああ、すごいな。あ、いや、ここ食料屋さんか？ここパン屋さんだもんね。パンも根こそぎやられている。ほとんどちょっと残ってるけど大丈夫？子供が。
If I had my pickaxe, I would.
Don't get yourself worked up. You need rest.
ね、どうしたって自分の思いを曲げにくい人もいるからね。1なんだかしっこいプライドなんだか知らないけど、まあ、自分が正しいと思って、まあ誰だってそう思ってるけどさ。 この人ね、でもあんまり詳細ないからな、いずれなんか潰れてた気がする。売り方すごく下手だもん。ていうかお皿がなんかへこんじゃって。
What are we to do? We could fight, but what would it cost us?
こっちは穏便派なんだね。穏便派というか、まあ要はお金払いましょうっていうあれね。盗賊とかテロリストにお金を払って、でも犠牲が出ない方がいいという考え方の人。こいつペアラどうしたの？どうしたの？一人でどうしたんだって言われてるよ。こいつなんだっけ？こいつなんもないね。誰もいないね。ここにいたおばあちゃんいない。
Here you are. I thought I told you to go and hide in the inn.
I tried, but they were everywhere. I was so scared.
あ、そうなんだ。出てきちゃったんだ。はい、この人はいいや。あ、ワンちゃん。
Damn it all! Why did Kupka have to go and get himself killed? He was the only thing standing between us and this.
あ、絶対守ってくれなかったよ、フーゴ。あ、こんな町のことなんてどうでもいいからね、フーゴはね。
How the hell did they find it? No one knew where I was keeping that kill.
それはさ、身内なんじゃない？このどさくさに紛れて。へそくりまで持ってかないよ。
They'll be back for more. What then? Should we leave? But where would we go?
どこに行けばいいかなんてわかんないしね。じゃあ、収めに行きますか。
Mommy, I'm scared. What if the bad men come back?
It's all right. We're all right now.
まあでもまた来るかもね。
Fucking thieving bastards.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor.
ビクトル、本当によそ者なのに。
Haven't we had enough fighting?
I know I bloody well have. The next time those two go for each other's throats, I'm barring them both.
不死鳥騎士団もちょっと頭を悩ませている。身長の高い人が身長の低い人を威圧してるのどうしても痛ましく思えてしまう。しかもあれかな、子供のところかな。ね、ちょっとね、まあでも外に出てきたら危ないけど子供は。
Sid and Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costner's. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
ビクトルも難民街にさ、本当はいない方がいいんだけど、あそこで得られる情報もあるから、まあ、それにずっとあそこにいるんだろうね。でも、こういう状況の時に難民街ってさ、最も危ないと思うんだよね。そりゃ武器も買いたくなるよ。で、ここと行き来してるんでしょ、近いからね。あ、でもここもうトラブってるっていう。
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
これなんで逆になったんだろう。
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
前も言ったけどね、ずっと言ってるけど、絶対傭兵クライブの方が良かった。無理がある。まあ、ジルもかっこいいしね、戦えそうではあるけどさ、気持ち悪いってセリフもっとショックな言い方してもいい気がするけど、なるほど。まずこっちに行こうか。ジルね。
Picture it, Conrad. Your own city guard. With you as captain.
Me? I don't know about that.
Buy more supplies. We might as well scatter seeds near a rat's nest. They're the problem, and only steel will solve it.
まあ確かにさ、傭兵雇うってめちゃめちゃ金かかるだろうからね。高いと思うよ。街を守れるだけの傭兵って言ったら一個手段みたいな感じだもんね、もはや。
Next thing you know, Natalie'd be offering the bandits bed and board.
Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
そりゃな家族に雇われてしまった。よくわからないところで英語ではマイルドな言い回しが言い方ジルそんな言い方したのわかんなかったけど。
And show these brutes that Dalamil is not to be trifled with.
まあでも傭兵雇うよりはね、絶対いいと思うけど、自衛団でみんなで守った方が。うちは英語版のジルも好き。そうなのか。かっこいいよね。
I'm ruined.
英語版のジルも。よいしょ。
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something, and we may yet be allowed to keep it.
Yes, but...
All this after the last sellswords we paid for proved themselves such reliable souls. You'd have us throw good gill after bad.
まあ食料ってそうね。お金はさ、多分お金持ちからいっぱい取られるから食料だったらまあいいかなって思っちゃうのもわからなくはない。
Never poke a hornet's nest, they say. Conrad's going to get us all killed.
I agree with Natalie. We mustn't do anything to provoke them.
これでジルとクレイブのお風呂シーンはそこよね。あんな。
Ah, here he is now. Natalie.Allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill, at your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
英語わかるんやけど、これ日本語訳にするとむずいな。なるほど。ちょっと表現むずい感じかな。わかりやすいことがあるんやけど。なるほどね。
It appears I have no choice but to do what little I can to defend what little we have. But I would not see any unnecessary blood spilt. We need a plan.
Fetch!
よしよし。みんな、分かってくれたかな。
If I had my pickaxe, I would. Don't
get yourself.
さてと、フーゴとね、それからバルナバスのね、エロいシーンとかいらなかったんだよしっかり考えないとねって。なるほど。それよりもね、クライブとジルのお風呂シーンが良かったよね、みんなね。
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles.
よかったよかった。
With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. Mistakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
そっか、雇ってばバンデットと訳せるのか。バンデットがわからん。それが雇うの意味なんだね。で使われてるってことね。なるほど。ここまで。はい。あれどこ行った？出てきちゃったな。もうなんか終わった気がするけど、あれ魔法使いないの？みんな？あーっとっと、なんだと？止めれば。ダメだな、一人じゃダメなんだよ。あ、痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い。よし、そうよ。はい。はい、よし、いいね。はい。いいね。はいはいはいはいはい。あ、これもいいね。ここでやれば周りの敵にね。はい。よしよし、いいね。あ、魔法使ってる。ダメ。ダメだった。もう一回。あー、やっちゃった。いでいで。 ダメか。いて、まずい、死んじゃう。違うな。チキンになってる。もう一回。痛い。はい。こう、よし。はい。強い。よし。さすがに体力3分の1になったら本気出しましょう。あ、まずいぞ。はい。はい。もっと練習したい。ジャストガード的なものを。あれ、痛い。何。はい。よし。いや、素晴らしいね、これ。どんどん強くなる、スライブ。はい。よし。やめろ。はい。違うか。痛い。はい、よし。いいね。いや、痛いわ。ポーションがなくなっちゃう。もう一回。あ、全然食らってないじゃん。ちょっとまずいぞ。ちょっと遊んでないで。ちょっとやろう。こんなんじゃいつまでたっても終わらない。真面目にやりましょう。真面目にね。はい。おっとやめろ。いいね。これがある。ある程度やったからいいかな。あとは相棒で。あれ、相棒いないじゃん。じゃあトルガルで。間違えちゃった。綺麗。うちも見せるコンボを使いたい。こうちょうどよくね決まるとかっこいいよね。
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalamil.
We all saved Dalamil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
こっちは一件落着ね、一旦は。ちな、詳しくは教えへんけど、うちはガルーダ、シバ、フェニックスのコンボ決まると気持ちいい。おすすめ？プラクティスでしか決められたことあらへんけど。なるほど。でも、プラクティスでできるんだったら、ね、そのうち実践でも全然できるんじゃないの？
Now, if I could only convince the people of Costness to work together.
Dalimil will forever be in your debt. But don't go trying to take advantage of that.
よかったね。
Dalimil saved, and with our steel.
In a desert full of
Those bandits were on the receiving end of some quality craftsmanship.
束の間の平和が。この後またね、めんどくさいことになるけど。
Well to bring Conrad and Natalie together. It's like herding curls with him.
Seems it isn't just metal the boy can bend to his will.
ここで少しね、次の布石が打たれているね。
One minute they're at each other's throats, the next they're the best of friends.
I don't know how Lubor did it, but he did.
この宿屋も大変だね。まあでも、これもあれでしょ？資金源はあれなんでしょ？おじさんというかね。おじさんではないか。不死鳥騎士だったもんね、だってね。ここのお店は。違うのかな？ただ潜入してるだけだから違うのかな？でも、店長にまでなってるからね。コックというか。
Hey, I know you! You helped Lubor fight off the bandits, didn't you? Thanks, mister!
サンクスミスターって言われた。日本ではおじさんって言われてるけど。ベルタンFF15 で練習できたこと。実践でもできたしね。そうね。あれでもすごく助かった。あれでできなかったら、新王の剣はちょっと使えなかったかも。真の王の剣は。そうそう、絶対できると思う。ここで一旦ここはもう大丈夫だね。
Look what they've left us with. We have a hard time putting this place back together.
Oh, nonsense. As long as we all do our bit, Dalimil will be back to her old self in no time.
まあでもこのくらいだったらさ、物を整理するだけだったら大したことないからね。まあ割れ物とかね、そういうものはちょっと厳しいけど、この辺もあれよ、意外と綺麗になるからすぐ。
Are the bad men going to come back?
No, darling, they're not. Never again. The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch. Perhaps. But the gentlemen of the League of Merchants have deeper pockets.
やばい、物色始めてる。
You wouldn't happen to know if the pieces that were stolen from my stall were recovered, would you? They were irreplaceable.
We'll need to work hard if we're to restock the stores those brigands plundered.
だからさ、取られちゃいけないような超高級品はちょっと隠しておかなくちゃいけないのよ。なんかこう見栄えのする、まあまあそこそこいいやつはここに置いといて、で、こいつは大丈夫だなっていう、そういう人たちが来たら、実はね、旦那って言って、ちょっとこう見せてあげる。そういう風にしないと。うちは諦めちゃったけど、オメガ倒すところ見てみたい思いもある。オメガはさ、倒したいんだけど、もう、オメガやるんだったら攻略本も全部見て、もうその通りにやっていくしかないと思うな。
Ever do that again, I'll whip you to within an inch of your life. Run from your master, would you?
あ、なるほどね。さっき一人でいたベアラーは逃げてたのか。それは逃げるって。逃げて正解。あ、ここ。あれ、体育館の裏みたいなところ。一緒、邪魔。はい。 どうみんな大丈夫そう？大丈夫か？オメガもね、でも倒せそうだからね、倒せるんだと思うんだけど、あ、3時間コースだ。あとあれ手に入れなくちゃいけないでしょ。オメガやるんだったら微妙なスティックさばく機が必要なあのダンジョンをクリアしてアイテム手に入れなくちゃいけないんじゃないかな。あれがね、新しい多分コントローラー買った方がいいと思うんだよね。あれこれだとちょっとね難しいかもと思って一旦やめたんだよね。あそこがどうしても。
And their grudges. So our watch continues.
アクションは別にいいんだよね。アクションはロックマン X とか結構やってたんで、アクションは好きなんだけど、ただビスティックができないっていうのが。
First we find Isabel.
どっかで動画見ればいいのかな。どんな感じで進んでるかっていう。オプティオス遺跡途中で断念した。そうなんだよね。そうなんですよ。それかオプティオス遺跡の攻略法の動画とかを見れば、イメージがつかめればもしかしたらいけるかもしれんね。
Nothing but ill tidings from beyond the wall these days. Floods, ghosts, famine. People are afraid to leave their homes.
Where is everyone? Safe behind bolted doors if they're clever. Likely dead if not.
アベアラが限界を迎えている。そりゃそうよ。あ、でもまだ大丈夫そうだね。石化してないから。あ、ちょっとアイテムいいですか。なんかなくなっちゃったんですよね、なぜか。
I do like a customer who knows what he wants.
Hey.
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of Oriflamme under a flood.
Then we're next.
Can I interest you in some plates of mace, or perhaps a racer to a ginger?
あ、さっき買っちゃっ
I'll be
た。
willing to trade if you've got no coin.
そりゃそうよっていうか、なんで商人なのにずっとここでやってる。
Then they'll be needing more tonics.
あ、でもやっぱりこうね、閉まってるところもリアルだよね。こんなとこいられるかっつってね、みんな閉めてどっか行っちゃった。それか破産してどっか行っちゃった。
Your custom is most welcome, my lady.
And you shall have it again tomorrow.
これでもやってるっていうのは生き残った人たちなのかな。この勝負このねえ。
The dame sent you to market, did she? I hope she handed you a fat purse. Stocks are low and prices high. Fear half the stalls won't last the season.
ね、商売敵にみんな勝っていった人たちがちょっとだけ残ってるのか、それともこう逃げられなくなった人たちが残ってるのか。ここののもね、もらったもんね、いいやつをね。
Do you see that? It's an absolute disgrace.
え、誰のこと？これ？
I will give you 20 talents for that bird of yours. No, 30.
I told you to fuck off. She's not for sale.
そりゃそうだよね。これなくなったら商売できないでしょ。何言ってんだよ。無理に決まってるでしょ。あ、こっちのチョコボかな。あ、それだってね、そんな簡単にはね。あ、中の様子がおかしいっていうことを言ってんのか。やばいと。はい、じゃあ行ってあげましょう。
If there are ghosts in the Royal Meadows, then why isn't a garrison dealing with them?
ぶっちゃけプレイしてもらいたい作品もあるけど任せるよ。なるほど。FF 作品。何の作品？
4 left for more on the captain's orders. Only 2 came back.
God has help us.
これがね、英語版が終わったら。
In more, what happens if the ether comes here too?
We run. That's what.
そう、これ次何やろうかなっていうのは悩んでいて。
I can't fight those things. But you can. You must. For me.
ほっとっと。
My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
さてと、ここもなんとかしないと。改めて英語訳版の声優さんの話し方、感情の込め方が濃いよね。へえ。確かに消えてる感じ、すごい濃い感じするけど。
We've seen little and less of the soldiers of late. Anyone would think they were hiding.
More arrived from the capital this morning.
I know. They could hardly stand.
まだ本作2周目クリアしてへんのにやってもらいたい作品あるんやけど。なるほど。
We could leave. But where would we go?
一応もうやったことある作品としてナンバリングがほとんどやってるんですけど。
He didn't have any legs.
What could do that to a man?
そうなんだ。みんな大丈夫か？まあ、ザンブレクの兵にあんまり愛着はないけど。
I heard the bells. Is the captain back already?
おっと。
Did you not hear? The captain's dead. These are half our men.
待機してる奴らだけが残っている。ああ。お父さん？あらら、これ一般人だね。
It's all right. Give me your arm.
That thing, it took off the captain's head before we could even draw his steel.
I'm not going back out there. You hear me? Fuck this.
まあ確かにね、普通の人たちがアカシアと戦うって結構厳しいとは思うけど。
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
みんなから話を聞いてみよう。FF 霊式でいいんだよね、多分。未プレイと聞いたけど、聞き間違いかな？いや、未プレイですね。それはやってない。ナンバリングだけど、あいつはちょっと違う。そもそも普通の人は普通のモンスターとも戦うの大変やと思う。ハンナとか戦えてないね。いや、ハンナは普通に戦士でもないからね、そもそもが。戦士の騎士の妻だっただけであって。もちろんイサベルやマーサも戦える人やないんだよね。そうなんだよね。まあだから、戦うといってもいろんな戦い方があるけれども。
I assume you have a plan?
We need to find out what we're facing. The captain lost his head because he never stopped to use it. If we reman the towers and fortify the walls, we might just stand a chance.
欲望で戦おうとしている。大丈夫？
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures?
Creature?
Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed more when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now.
英語だとクリーチャーなの？今。
It's all right. Give me your arm.
ちょいちょいクリーチャーとは言ってたけど確かに。
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. The back of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
この人も家族多分いないよ。
At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
Darling, I truly am.
あ、もう向こう行っていいのね。よしよし、じゃあ行こうか、ムーアに。
You're safe now.
That thing, it took off the...
よいしょ。そうね、兵士たちがいないので一般の人が戦うとなると。罠とか、あと城壁を高くするとか、直接的じゃない戦い方でやるとか、あとはまあイサベルなりのこう、顔を使って戦うとかね、こう交渉とかそういうことで自分たちの力の、戦闘能力じゃない部分で守っていくっていうやり方はあるかもしれないよね。絶対守るっていうのはそういうことだから、お金あとか、つてとかね、で将来性に投資してもらう的なね。でもいろんなところでも結構自分たちのことだけで精一杯っぽいけど、なんとかやっていくとか、長年やってればね、そういうつてっていうのは増えてくるからなくはないよね。イサベルはいろんな人に恩を売ってそうだし、恩を売ってるって言い方はあれだけど、はい、よいしょ。実際こうイサベルとかはマーサとかは今までどこ行った？お、来たねー。やめろ、魔法を使うんじゃない。 あ、強くなっちゃった。はい、よいしょプロテスの上から攻撃を食らわせていく。はいはい、あれ間違えちゃった。痛い。はい、あとはいっぱいいるね。これはきついよ。はい、いいね。スッスッスッスッスッ、よーし。あ、ダメだった、ダメだったな。はい、こいつはちょっと強いからな。はい、何があったの。あ、これ罠に引っかかったのか。愚かなり。よし、愚か者め、罠に引っかかりよって。はいはい、それから、あ、怒った。あ、怒った怒ったはい、なにー。あ、よいしょ。よし、はい、よし、いいぞ。ないな。グッポー。なかなか使えるね、これ、罠。そう、今作、暴力だけでは解決できない。そう、わだかまりもたくさんあるからね。そうそう。いろいろね。
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
ムーアには行かなくていいのかな。ベルタ、いい考えしてるなって思えるよ。ありがとうございます。でも実際、そういう戦い方をずっとしてきたんだと思うんだよね。召喚の人たちを助けるためには。立ち回るしかないもんね。
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit, but whatever it takes, eh? You know me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
よしよし、これで全部の厄介事が一旦は落ち着いたかな。
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least.
なんかクライブなんで回復してるの？
Philippe will make a good captain. He reminds me a little of you, Clive, but without all the mocks and mows.
行くぞ、トルガル。トルガル？おっと？かわいい。もういいんだか。おお、そんなことを。よーし。まあさ、タッチもなんとかなったかな。頑張ってほしい。お、目が覚めた。 みんなを守るよって言ってくれてる。よしよし、みんな意見が変わってきたね。
You needn't fret. The creatures have been dealt with.
Yeah, but what if they come back? Is there anything we can do to help?
諦めるのはまだ早いぞ。よし、一旦戻ろうね。イーストプール大丈夫かな。ちょっと寄ってみようか。野党がね住み着いてるはずだからさ。ちょいちょいね様子を見に行かないと。あ、人がほらいるじゃん。ルパン掃除しておかないとね。はいはい、よしよし、許さん。よし、倒したか。よしよし、定期的に掃除しないと。はいはい、あれまだいる。はい、これで全部かな。よしよし。掃除済んだかな。なんかジルがちょいちょいなんか言おうとしてたんだけど戦っちゃったね。もう話してくれないかな。助け合えるはずだとも言ってたよ。なるほど、そうそう、みんなに助け合ってね。じゃあ今度こそ帰りましょう。やっと帰ってこれた。ジル？
I'd be happy to tell Otto everything that happened. But I know he appreciates it when you spare him the time.
すっごい英語だとさ喋ってくれてるんだけど、日本語だとさ1行なんだよね。オットーに報告しようって、それだけ。
A youth claiming kindred with your old commander arrived earlier this morning. Well spoken he was, and handsome too. More than a few of the girls and boys have taken an interest, if you get my meaning.
まあそりゃそうだよな。
Tell me you saw that.
よいしょ。
We've sent Cursebreakers to Martha's Rest, Dalamil, and Northreach. Hopefully they can help maintain the peace. Or at least a semblance of it.
Cole told us everything that happened. It's a bit of a worry that both the Republican and Imperial armies are in disarray. But it was good to hear that the people stood their ground.
すごいクライブのいたところだけ統率が。
I pity those in the villages.
お礼をもらいましょ
う。Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts.
深刻深き郷土の平物かな。
All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
さてと、おっと、終わったよ。
I was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Taya says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
おっと、このまま行くんだっけ？あ、このまま行ってる。大丈夫。
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua.
Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
次から次へとジョシュアも心配だけどねえ。
Well, what's the short of it?
Thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Yosh. Tyre's right. Your brother is in no condition to travel. That's all I'll say on the matter. It's Mid, Gav, and your uncle we should be thinking about now. 自由都市のあれはカンベルでしたね。あれなんだっけ？あそこオリジンがあったところ、名前忘れちゃった。ねこれ言ったっけ？今作英語の日本語訳もしっかりしていると思うけど、直訳でも本当にいいセリフを言ってると思うよね。なるほど、そうなんだね。意訳じゃなくて直訳でも全然いけるってこと。トルガルトの思い出の場所も好き。あそこはね、日本語でも最高だったから英語でも最高だろうね。上司は本当にね、よく生き残れたよ。本当だよ。危ないところだったね。なんかでも不死鳥騎士団はクライブを倒すとか助けてくれなかったけどまあ囚われちゃったからしょうがないんだけどね。じゃあでもさ、あの時さ、アナベラが来る前に来てくれ、まあジョシュアだけでも大変だったんだろうな、あの状態でね。他の召喚獣の能力も使えるのはミトスだから、そういうことなんだろうね。多分。
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
さっきまで吐血してた人がさ、薬で大丈夫になったっていう言葉を信じられない。
Back again?
大丈夫大丈夫。
Godspeed. You know how I feel about this, but your brother's stubbornness knows no bounds. I'm starting to think it runs in the family.
あんな言い方してるんやけど、タルヤも心配してるんやろね。そうだね。やっぱ医者だからさ、絶対無理しちゃいけないんだろうなっていうのはね、わかるんだけど。多分そういうのもわかってるんだろうね。
Do you like being struck by thunderbolts from on high? Then don't let anything happen to Mid.
もちろんだよ。オットーには娘みたいなもんだし、クライブにとっても妹みたいなもんだからね、ミドは。よいしょ。英語版ではクライブとシドが師弟関係っぽい感じっていう風に聞いたからさ、だから師匠のさ子供だからね、クライブにとっては。
Hideaway's lost its appetite. Can you blame them with the skies as they are?
Oh, that blasted book.
わかった。
You put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew? right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Well, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
なんでこの人は自分で聞きに行かないんだろう。この人がさ、さっきさ、こう、あ、違う、あの子はまたさらにずっと座っている。しょんぼりしてるのか、空で、空のせいで。この人がしょんぼりしてるのかと思ってたら違うんだね。あ、そう、休憩中。ほんと英語版わかると、今作の印象がまた濃いよね。そうなんだね。やっぱり英語版をやると広がるんだな。みんなさ、はるちゃんにさ、もうこの距離なんだから聞きに行けばいいのにさ、まあ仕事もあるんだろうけど、ちょっと聞きづらいのかな。やっぱりいかにも学者でさ、こうちょっとこう近寄りがたいのかもね。元ベアラーとしては。こうやっぱりちょっと貴族感出ちゃってるのかな。あ、そんなこともないんだけど、あんまりこう接点がないと話しかけにくいっていうのはあるよね。
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
本当クライブがやる仕事なのかな。
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
子供と交流するのも大切だからね。はるちゃん、なんか料理長が聞きたいことがあるって。
Lawsman Harpocrates, I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valicia, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbricois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers? How very Sambraquois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
はるちゃんマジで博識。花の名前の昔の俗称、昔の花の名前の名前と俗称とその生息地まで知っててモンスターのことも知ってる。まあ、ザンブレクにいるみたいだから、はるちゃんの時代には結構ポピュラーだったのかもしれないよね。だから食べたことがあるのかも。逆にハルさんに情報提供してる人とか気になる。気になるね。でもやっぱりザンブレクにいた時の知識人階級の人たちがやっぱりこうつてなんじゃないかな。ザンブレク系がまずいるかも。でもいろいろ大陸にもいるんだよね、いろんなところにね。いっぱい来てるな。クライブたちの手助けでアカシアを追い払うことができた。本当にありがとう。その後は種火の守り手の力を借りて何とかやっている。落ち着いたらまた顔を出しておくれ。はい。クライブ様への謝意。クライブ様はこたびも駆けつけてくださったことに心より感謝いたします。再びアカシアが現れた時に備え、ブラッドアスク傭兵団と協力して警備体制を整えます。どうかご安心ください。オスカはかねてより従者になることを願っておりました。きっとクライブ様のおそばで多く学ぶことになると思います。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。うん。あいつ全然何もしなかったけどセコムでしたけどずっと。自衛団と支援団は今のところ問題なくまとまっている。ジルにも礼を伝えておいてくれ。ここぞという時の大芝居では口だけでなく表情まで取り付けるようになるといいかもな。ダメ出しされた。また名演技をよろしく、アンダーヒルさん。うん。頑張ろう。無理なんだよ。だからライブにそういうことはさ。青く光る魔物を退治してくれてありがとう。まだ魔物の脅威が消え去ったわけではない。でも頼れるフィリップやみんなで協力して、解決を目指すわ。いつも助けてもらってばかりだけど、疲れて心を休めるひとときが必要になったら夜の帳によってちょうだい。無理だよ。ジル一筋なんだからご助力いただきたい。クライブ様、突然の頼りをお許しください。現在私どもはバイロン様の命により、風の大陸各地の動向について調査しているのですが、少しばかり難航しているのです。そこでぜひ、クライブ様のお力添えをいただければと、どうかマーサの宿までお越しください。お待ちしております。はい。
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
バイロンが今別件でね出ちゃってるから。でこっちとこっちね。まずここの砦のクライブの砦の揉め事じゃないや、困りごとを解決しようかな。早口でよくわからなかったのにアイシーと返事をするのは気をつけようと思います。向こうは分かってると思っちゃうからね。マーサの名前の字面も綺麗よね。みんなね、サイン面白いよね。欲を言えばさ、あのサインの雰囲気で書いといてほしかった。フォントを変えてほしい。そこまでできんな。分かってる。そこまでできないのは分かってる。でもね、サインだけでもね、あったのは素晴らしい。わざわざ作ってくれて。ハルさんの話し方は聞き取りやすいんやけどね。そうなのか。綺麗な 英語なんだろうね。さて子供たちの天秤の
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all straight. I'm telling you, I can fix them.
大丈夫？
Sid! Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh!
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-near.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
一緒にやろうね。
Must have been magic keeping those scales together. It's the only explanation.
ジルもクライブのやることに文句はあまり言わないやるけど他の女性との関係はいい思いしないでしょ。そうだよね。そりゃそうよ。いくらね男の解消だっていうふうに思ったとしてもやっぱねまずいよね。
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces, the body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
次は天秤。
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh goods? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
ほんとこれ何なの？このオチ何なんだろうな。まあ使わない部品が混じってたってことで、なぜか。
Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid?
さっきより子供たちの英語の発音もまた日本語版よりリアルに思えた。ほう。日本語版やと演技してるって感じがしたんやけど、なんとなくやけど子供相手の会話の方が分かりやすい。なるほどね。日本語は私たちにとっては母国語だから、やっぱこうちょっとねジャッジが厳しくなってしまうところはあると思うね。英語版の方が。
We've received word that the displacement stacks have arrived safely in Canva. The rest is up to mid.
英語、字幕では言わなかったけどチョコボ要素あったの。チョコボの羽ってずっとチョコボ推しだったね、あの子ね。
All this fuss over a few dark clouds. You'd think the people here had never seen a storm before.
さすがおばあちゃんはいろいろ経験してるから。
That leather loosener was only the first of the discoveries the Olympics gonna help us make.
なんかうるさいよな、やっぱな。
Just you wait.
ここに作るべきではない。物事に集中して考えられなくなっちゃうよ。確かにさ、天秤のさ、腕のところはチョコボの羽っぽい。チョコボの羽かわかんないけど羽っぽい感じあったよね。あれ
The girls here can have Otto and Gav and Gareth and Cole and all the rest. My heart beats for another. Now, if only Lady Taya would let me into the infirmary to see him.
いやいやいや、何言ってんの。ここに運ばれてきて、ボロボロで運ばれてきたディオンに何を言ってるの。
Is there anything we can do? It doesn't feel right sitting around waiting for the world to right itself.
IB Goat has some work. That, or you could join the Curse Breakers.
おっと、どうしたの？
I'm getting too old for this.
I can hardly lift my arms. The curses.
ディオまだ寝てる。よいしょ。で、あともう一個。あれ？なんだっけ、あともう一つは。ここはなんだ？あ、そっか。報告しないといけないんだ。オッケーオッケー。報告して、もう一個依頼取って、2個。トントン。よいしょ。 クライブも大変だ。でもこの交流がね、また次へ繋がっていくだろうからね。
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Ah, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Ah, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
ミドね。ここでミドがもらわれっ子だっていうことが明確に初めて言われた気がするね。ミドもいろいろとあったんだよな。それでシドも死んでしまって。アスター本当に恋多いか実るのかしら。どうなんだろうな、アスター。でも結局いろいろ回ってやっぱり身近な人が一番だわみたいな感じになるんじゃないかな。
Is everything alright, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble and she's...
It's alright. You can tell me.
どうした？
There was a trader came by, one of our usuals, like, said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dalimil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies, especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
いい子だな、ほんと。グッズは。よいしょ。グッズが心配してますよ。
Lady Karen, how's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto?
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalamil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
憎しみが消えないようにしてる人もどうかと思うんやけど、それが自分の生きる糧にしちゃう人もいるのかな。まあそうね、クライブもね、最初はそれが原動力だったわけだからね。まあでもそこから変われる人と変われない人がね、いるもんね。もうフーゴとクライブの違いってそこだと思う。変われたクライブと変われなかったフーゴ。いろいろとね、こう分岐点はあったかもしれないけど、フーゴの周りにもさ、理解者はいたわけよ。だけどフーゴはダメだった。グッズ頑張ってるよね、グッズ。
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalamil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
よし。それも頑張ってやろう。今日は1時までで終わろうかなと思ってます。なので、あと20分ぐらいかな。で、あと何がある？一応もう終わって聞いたから、次に行けばいいだけだね。そしたら、サブクエをちょっとやっておきましょう。本当はリスキーモブも倒したいけど、それは裏でやるから。はい。1分お待ちください。おっとと。クライブ君を見ててくださいね。 では行きましょう。あ、そうだそうだ。凍てつく吐息。あ、これ10体をできてるかどうか調べておかないと。どうだ、できたかな。トロフィーがトロフィーがあれ違うっぽい。おかしいな。パーマフロストで敵を凍結させた計10体。取れてなっぽい。いや、取れてるね。よし。これで、芝のやつは終わり。次、反撃の一戦。弾き一戦を発動した。一度の戦闘中に3回。なるほど。ということは、オーディンかな。オーディンをやらないと。あ、でもこれもできてるっぽいな。あれなんでこれ、取れてないんだ。あとは、この2つが取れてれば、もう、トロフィーは、石の塔のやつ以外は終わりのはずなんだよね。あれなんで、あれあ、ここに行かなきゃいけないのか。まずはここに行かなくちゃいけないんだ。あ、そうなのね。今はここに行けないのね。そうですか。はい、じゃあ行きますか。ちょっと待って、行くんだったら、ちょっとそこに行くんだったらちょっとセーブしよう。そこに行くんならセーブしないと。はい。これいけるかなまあ途中でもセーブできるからいいよね。さーて、ジョシュアたちも一緒に、ついに、みんなで行こう。トルガルいい子、ジョシュアを気遣って。光と闇と。
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canva was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
もうクライブはお兄ちゃんぶってる。クライブも微妙に浮かれてる感じがする。
After it.
そうそう、みんなを助けに行くからね。でも分かるよね、ジョシュアの気持ちも。あ、そっか、あれやんなくちゃ。よし。はいはい。アビリティ変えとこう。あれもういけるね。みんな他のところに。あ、行っちゃおうかな。行っちゃえ。ここを先に進むとまた大変だから。みんなで戦えば怖くない。まずこっち、ノースリーチ。はい、また帰ってきてしまいました、ノースリーチ。ここの食の探求だね、両方とも。そっかそっか。2つ必要だから。ここジャンプできないのか。あ、開放してないから。どっかに開放してるところが、開放できるところがあると思うんだけどね。ちょっと不便だから開放していきたい。で、ご飯をね、美味しいご飯を作りたいね。要は古い言い回しで書かれているレシピだから郷土料理なんだろうな。 昔ながらのね。でも今はもっといい食材が定期的に安全に取れるようになったからちょっと廃れちゃった。
That's what the captain said.
みたいな感じだろうね、きっと。アンブロシア、はい。ちょっと待って、こっちね。こっちだ、こっち。こっち。はいはい。この辺にいるはずです。あ、ちょっと待って、アビリティをセットしてないぞ。ここでどうしよっかな。これ使えるのよね、移動にね。これはもうトロフィー取ったから、これそうだった。そうそう、あいつだ。ちょっとずっと待ってる。もうずっと来てるんだけど、もう邪魔だな。はい。ちょっとうるさいからね。あ、逃げたか。あれ、ちょっと待って、どこに。どうしたの、また来たの。はい。はい。はい。まだいるか。まだいるのか。よし。静かになった。で、アビリティを買いたいのよ。アビリティをね。これを取って、これで、オーディンだね。オーディンにして、で、なんとか1000、これじゃなさそうだな。これか天野村雲。境界転移。これかな。これ全然使ってなかったよね。でもこれは強化のやつなんだよな。でもこれかな。1000やってみようか。これをつけて、これかな。試してみないと分かんないね。これはでもあれ、やばい。これは技を出した後に立て直すためのやつだから、逆の方がいいかな。これとこれ場所を変えるってできないのかな。めんどくさいね。これと隣を変えたいだけなんだけど。これをつけて、これをまたここにつけると。ね、ちょっとこれ試してみようか。よし。よし。で、これで、なるほどね、早いね。あれ、痛い。はい。はい。はい。はい。よし、いいぞ。ジョシュアの攻撃も見たいんだよね。なんで今止まったの？なんで今止まった？はい。はい。痛い。はい、いけ。はい。はい。はい。ここまでやらなくちゃいけないからね。 はいはいはい。あ、なにこれ。あ、さっきもこれだよね、やってたのね。痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い。あ、終わっちゃう終わっちゃう終わっちゃう。ダメか。あ、終わっちゃう。あ、終わっちゃった。わだね、終わっちゃった。何も確かめないまま終わっちゃった。まあいいだろう。まだちょっと使い方がよくわかんない。
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
うん。あれね、謎を残したままいろいろなことが終わってしまったけど。よいしょ。女子は？あ、女子はいつの間に。はい、これね。
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
で、終わりかな。こっちにさ、確かあれよね、飛ぶところがあったから解放しておきたいな。ここね、ここに飛ぶところがあったから、確か一旦そこで解放して、まだリスキーモブはいないと思うんだよね、あそこには。だから解放するだけでいけるはず。こういう草原をさ、駆け回るのもさ、すごく楽しいんだけど、残念ながらすごいエーテルだまり。悲しい。このエーテルたまりもさ、なんかこう対策があるのかな、これから。このクライブがいろいろね、仕事を終えた後の世界で、なんかいい解決方法があるといいよね。チョコボがいる。アカシアになってる。アカシアになってるチョコボがいる。チョコボがいる。やめろ。やめるんだ。あそこを解放したいだけなんだ。そうそうそうそうそう。これだけやりたいのは。よしよしよし。あれ、この人も意外と広いのね。なんだっけ。あ、教会に通じるところか。なるほどね。ここがあんま行ったことないよね。まあ言ったとしても何もないか。あそこに何かがあるけど。あそこなんだ。知ってみよう。敵がいるだけだけど。あれ何？あそこ何？ちょっと見物見物。何にもないのか？何にもなさそうだな。何にもないな。帰ろう。何にもない。何にもない。よしよしよし。はいはい。何もなかった。よし、帰ろう。違う違う。ここじゃなくて、よしよしよし。あともう一個。で、2個目。これをちょっとやったら、一旦今日は終わりかな。近くの金チョコボの寝床。
Martha's got a big heart. It's a pity there's so many who are happy to take advantage of it.
Sorry, but if you're looking for a bed, there's none to be had right now. We're already sharing our cots with masterless bearers and those who fled the floods, and more seem to wash up at our door every day.
Bearing good news, I say. But if it is true, we might finally have a chance to get our country back.
アナベラが死んでみんな喜んでいる。もう本当にひどい悪女だったんだね、本当にね。みんなに疎まれていた。 かわいそうなお母さんもね、いろいろとあったんだろうけど、ちょっとね。
My lord Marcus, is that you? It is you. Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas...
Alas?
I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalamil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety. My associate in Dalmekia would have had to pass through the Republic's checkpoints to gain entry to the capital. Perhaps someone in Dalamil or Tabor would have seen him.
よし。まあ、とりあえず全部聞いたから、ここら辺で一旦やめようかな。ね、さっきのやつは次回に回してもよかったかもね。意外とセリフが長かった。これから先に行くとなると全部そこそこの時間がかかるんだよね。あ、でもモリーに食材渡すぐらいはできるかな。じゃあ隠れ家にも戻れるし、一旦モリーに食材をね渡してあげて、ご飯を作ってもらって、それで終わりにしよう。あ、ジョシュア。
Mindless though they are, an Akashic horde large enough to besiege the free cities is not to be trifled with. We must proceed with caution.
うん。なんかこれ聞いてないかも。
Canva's walls will not hold the Akashic horde for long. We can only hope they hold it for long enough.
うん。戻ってきてよかった。みんなのセリフが聞けるからね。
It seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
これとこれね。はい。
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about.
めっちゃいい音する。あ、これはね、美味しいと思うんだよね。
And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
So 結構パンチがあるんだね、やっぱね。魔物の料理は。
So, not fit for consumption then.
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavour and sensation, a graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
ワイバーンはほらね、普通のモンスターだから。アカシアじゃないからね、みんなが頑張れば倒せるはず。
That book may be a veritable treasure trove, but the recipes are hardly what I'd call honest fare.
Oh, who needs honesty when they can have majesty? Our companions deserve only the very best.
よしよしよし。喜んでもらえたね。じゃあ今日はジョシュアと一緒に終わろうかな。まあ多分あれジビエみたいな感覚かな。ねえ、そんな感じするね。今日はジョシュアとそれからトルガルと一緒に終わりましょう。はい。ということで、今日はね、まあバハムート戦が終わった後のごたごたを片付けて、でちょっとね、サブクエやってっていう感じになりました。でまた残ってるサブクエをちょこっと消化しつつ、おじさんたちをね助けに行ってエンタープライズを手に入れましょう。次はね。はい。さて、だんだんこの暗い空でね、気持ちもこう沈んでくることが多くなるけど、頑張ってやりましょう。はい。いい話もね、これからたくさんあるから、それも楽しんでいきながらね、やっていきたいと思います。はい。ジョシュアもね、仲間になったし、これでみんなでまた戦えるね。はい。では、本日もご視聴くださいましてありがとうございました。よければ高評価、チャンネル登録の方もよろしくお願いいたします。はい、夜遅くなっちゃったからね、ゆっくり寝て、また明日21時、明日はね、21時からやれればいいかなと思ってます。はい。で、日曜日なんでね、23時には終われるように頑張りますので、お時間合う方はぜひ遊びに来てくれると嬉しいです。では、おやすみなさい。またね。バイバーイ。